This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Let's dig into the details on the New York Open. Gave you a few minutes to get up and ready. In terms of where we are at NVDA, we gave the nearly green light yesterday. As you look at the specifics, nice to try and back off some of the limitations, allow the bulls to continue to perform on NVIDIA. If you look at the 15-minute right now, not a big move out of the starting gate, okay? As we were to look at the CPI data that came in today, questionably just right in line with expectations. So looking at the specific buyers in the equation, inverse head and shoulders, we are just stepping up through the additional levels here with just a battle ongoing. We have the rising wedge feature in addition to this, just scale up and out and over. I'm just thrilled that our specific lower guys green buy line on the weekly engaged. Congratulations to anyone who literally caught the bottom or near the bottom. You are up 15% in 17 days. That's a nice move to look at in terms of NVIDIA. Now, we will go through the specifics on Tesla very quickly with a rebound move here on Tesla. Let's look at the level in play. We were looking at the preceding level of resistance, moved into a level of support. Remember yesterday, the specific grind features the difficulty looking at a bull flag, potential bull flag, with a bit of complication along the level of resistance as you are taking a look this morning at Tesla. Let's reinforce the difficulty along this bottom trail resistance. Okay, each individual pivot was noted as a potential preceding level of resistance, flip to support. If you'll see level of resistance, flip to support, level of resistance, flip to support, level of diminished here, resistance, flip to support, level of resistance, flip to support. We could not have identified this structure any more relevantly. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. And what did we have on the upside? We had 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. So you saw each and every level of the specific patterning in play. This is on a 5-minute time frame, but you need to understand exactly what went on and why. Very nice to see engagement technically like this. We feel very comfortable engaging with the dynamics technically. This is the type of reinforcement that we as traders look for. Let me see if I can arc this up into the specifics so that you can appreciate what we looked at in terms of that 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. In terms of the bottom side, just see the specific level of resistance, flip to support. Here we go. The level of resistance flipped to support. There we go. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit of a, and hopefully you're having a great morning. Congratulations to everyone who is trying to trade this breakout on Tesla. It's to the upside is the bottom line we're looking for and pointing up, trying to see. Let me see what we got. I sent you in my previous message. What do? 1 second. I've got a shout out to Switzerland. We got our dev team at work right now on some cool stuff. Looking forward to enhancing our machine learning suite. Some really cool stuff incoming. Looking at level of resistance, flip to support, resistance, flip to support, resistance, flip to support, resistance, flip to support. If you traded one or all of these, congratulations. This is just a nice move. As we look at that 5-minute time frame, I did offer at each and every one of these specific levels just a nice rebound opportunity. So as you're looking at the specifics and the framework here on Tesla, remind yourselves that the key and ultimate upside difficulty that we are looking at, if we look on this hourly, nice reinforcement coming into contact with that top level cap line. You guys got it. But taking a look, capital control line, absolutely looking at that RSI stochastic and MACD. We'll just let you know we do have an expansion here. We have a parallel carry up as well. The goal is going to be, aside from just the basics, as we were to look at Tesla, what is our ultimate end all be all need to get up, out, and over? We don't want to just throw it in terms of a breakout mentality, but this is what's in play here. So as you saw, NVIDIA rebound well yesterday. Tesla did struggle. You just note that NVIDIA was dealing with a more clearly defined rising wedge, typically a bearish feature. So you got more bang for your buck over on the specific NVIDIA technicals, at least on the technicals, without a doubt. Level of resistance. You guys know London here, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, not financial advice, Duke University, Harvard Business School, et cetera, et cetera. Take a look at the specifics And guys, this is for our trade group. We don't want the masses right now. We're fine with our trade group. Congratulations to all the VIP who are trading. Taking a look at the reinforcement, you are seeing the hourly cap line engaged. That's your level of difficulty. You have traded, and we can call that at 6:37, 7 minutes into the equation here that we do have. Let's just note again the specific open near that specific 4 hourly capital control line. Very nice to see. I'm interested in how you traded this specific hit yesterday on NVIDIA. Very interested in that due to the level of precision that was offered to you. The level of precision that was offered to you, bam. Look at this, 1.89%, 1.9% currently. If you traded and hit into the capital control line yesterday, fantastic. If you traded it and you didn't trade it more heavily, you only traded, let's say, a portion of it that was just a flash trade, and you didn't leave any kind of a room here for a larger carry trade. I just want you to assess that. Assess that, the time that you spent on that. If you spent another 1 minute in preparation for that, might you have a carry trade that you're really impressed with? If you spent another, could you do it in 30 seconds? Could you do it in 15 seconds? Literally 15 seconds spent then versus the amount of time that you'll spend now. Absolutely. The amount of time that you'll spend now thinking about wishing you had spent an additional 15 seconds here to ensure a carry trade with a stop loss and a combination thereof with a flash trade, okay? The market's going to continue to present you with things that will take up hours, potentially days of your time as you look back and say, wow, I really, really didn't do it there. I 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 should have, could have, would have done it there, here, or there. Okay? The amount of time that you will spend doing that and looking back at the market will be a drastic exponential multiple of the amount of time required to apply into another 15 seconds in terms of the preceding level that we discussed. You got it. The target action, which was precise, offered you a 15-second additional time spent in terms of your day and your window of a carry trade with a flash trade. And so, in addition thereto, the amount of time that I will spend on it may go, guys, the opposite direction. I've brought it up to you. If you like the tactic, you can deploy it. If you're not deploying it, you need to take the horse by the reins. You need to look at it and say whether or not it's worth your 15 seconds. Because the 15 seconds that you're not putting into the market in terms of the execution here is turning into hours or days that you're spending looking back, and it'll turn into hours easily, and it will turn into days. As you look back on the entirety of a move and you see a level of just perfect hit in at a precise entry. And we can go throughout the time frames, but as you look at that, you're going to wind up spending days looking back at levels. You know this. So as you have an indication, work your higher time frames. Start to assess how much additional time it would take for you to really, as we look at the NVIDIA chart here, and it's just a nice force up and over. What's the bottom line that I'm getting at as well? Essentially, what governs? Lower entries, you got it. Lower entries just govern. Trying to trade a breakout on a rising wedge is just not what we're into. It's not going to do it. Taking a look at the 15-minute golden short hitting nicely. I mean, remember that the 15-minute has been a great time frame to really assess. And I'll just congratulate you all in terms of your progress. Listening to the details here, we'll just say what would be a spectacular move. NVIDIA going bam up through a level of support. What lower entries do you have? What carry positions do you have? Okay, if you don't have one from yesterday, do you have them from lower? Are they at a level that you're satisfied with, or is it something that you didn't grab it yesterday? You didn't grab it down here on at all. And if you're spending more time, I'm just going to tell you from a basic time consideration, forget the profits, forget the money. If you're spending more time, okay, spending more time, meaning a multiple exponential compound level of time that you're actually spending. I use this example with push-ups. I'm a former assistant strength coach, Duke Blue Devils, okay, when I went to school there. And I use this in terms of training with people. Just listen to the example, guys. You can do push-ups every night. If you choose to do push-ups, someone says, I want to get in shape. You can do push-ups every night. If I tell you to do 5 push-ups, I promise you, you'll spend more time thinking about, I should do the push-ups. I didn't do the push-ups. I don't want to do the push-ups. I know I need to do the push-ups. right there, I promise you 99.999% of the people who want to get in shape and don't want to do 5 push-ups are going to spend a multiple compound amount of time talking to themselves in their head saying, I don't want to do push-ups. I need to do those later. Well, I still need to crank those out, those 5 push-ups. If you do 5 or 10 push-ups every day, your body will start to transform, believe it or not, make it a daily habit. And that is the dynamic that we're looking at. It is the let me tell myself 15 times a day, I should do something or I could do something, but I'm just not going to do it. You're going to spend more time literally thinking about doing 5 push-ups. For someone who tells me they want to get in shape, I was around some stud athletes, guys, assistant strength coach at Duke University. They got a top-notch, world-class program. Coach K was Olympic coach, etc. So in terms of dealing with people, in terms of the mentality required, you need to look at the amount of time that you're spending wishing would have, could have done something when you're trying to get a result on the screen. It's the same dynamic. So I just bring that to you guys in terms of kind of who I am, what I see in terms of like behavior, because you have to understand when people want to get in shape. We'll talk about the market in a second. This is very relevant. People want to get in shape. They come to me and they say, well, okay, you trained up with the Blue Devils, all this great stuff. What do I do? Like, man, can you do the simplest thing in the world, which is spend less time, become more efficient, actually accomplish your goal? Or are you going to sit there and spend 20 times, literally on 5 push-ups? You want to do that every day or not, right? You're going to spend 20 times the amount of time it would take to do 5 push-ups in a state of regret, and you just can't do it. And, well, I should do them later. Maybe I'll do those later. Think that 2 or 3 times, negotiate it into your schedule. Just get down and do the push-ups. You're going to save time, a lot of energy and hassle, and you're going to be a part of the group that shows up and says, yes, hey, I got in shape. It was easy. I just decided to do it, right? So I bring that up in terms of what you're mentally conditioned to as you're looking at a market that thrives on the placement of your thoughts here, there, the news, there, here, the latest forecast is right around the corner. It's going to change everything. All these opinions, everything else. Direct your focus onto your technicals. Direct your focus onto your tactics. Yeah. So that's just a little bit of an example this morning. And so if you own NVDA lower, congratulations. If you hit the weekly green byline, congratulations. If you didn't do anything wrong. You're just not doing your push-ups, right? At some point, you're just not doing your push-ups. So figure out in the mix how you can spend less time, become more efficient as we look at a perfect entry, really a perfect entry yesterday here that we talked about ahead of time, that we forecasted into NVIDIA. Did you schedule in a level of support? It was a level of support perfectly on par, precision, laser guided, bam. And do you have a position, a carry position? If you do, is it the type of carry position that allowed for, type of trade entry that allowed for an entry for a flash trade and an entry for a carry position? You traded your flash trade, you got your profits, and you're fine on your carry now, right? There's a 3rd level of complication, maybe a 4th level of complication. If you want to go there, you don't have to go there. So taking a look at NVIDIA, that's what happened yesterday. Amidst the rising wedge concern, the fact that we've got a few multiples, I tried to get, honestly, a little bit more bullish within the context of the fact that we've still got some difficulties in this zone. Some of the strongest moves in the market will beat the probabilities. That's just it. So allowing NVIDIA to do its work as it can, we are really squeezed in. You can see the rising wedge here in between our capital control line. You got it in that top line standard deviation. You got it. So it's uncomfortable. You can literally see the constriction here, this narrowing. We're in a squeeze, all right, between this channel formation, between our cap line and the top line standard deviation. We're in a squeeze. It's uncomfortable. So to the extent that we've got multiple trade levels engaging, to the extent that really we need some sort of a skyrocket move, it's not that much differently designed than we would say, what guys, like almost like a parabolic move that's trying to occur along these lines. What do they typically do? What does a parabolic move typically do? Typically, and I won't exactly classify this as a parabolic move, in terms of the curvature here along this line, what do we say? Well, typically they need to go, you guys got this, typically they would need to go vertical or they need to collapse. Give us some sort of a value consideration to the downside to where we can, we can count on some sort of an action down here and below. This is being targeted by the bulls. So not easy, guys, they're not easy hunting grounds for everything we're looking at in terms of your technicals, in terms of your, let's see, participation here up and over the 5. Looks good on that specific 20 moving average, and looking at your 23.6 as engaged. Your 23.6, which on the 15-minute was your specific. Let's see, that 23.6 on the specific 15-minute was indeed your golden short line. So nice to see that golden short engage along with the specifics on your 23.6. You guys had this, I think, in the back in terms of those targets. If you hit that target, congratulations on a short this morning on NVIDIA. Right out of the starting gate, let's look at Tesla. Tesla, there we go. Interesting push up above the specific 6 hourly again. Let's go into and take a look at that hourly enforced capital control line, red, bearish. What's trying to pick up now? Just Tesla just kind of mustering along. It almost feels like it's a little bit orchestrated. Maybe a little, guys, orders below, sure, but taking a look at this level of resistance, certainly it's a hallmark feature. Bam, we're looking at this as an over-under threshold in terms of bullish, bearish, and just remind yourselves as we look at Bitcoin. And we are going to check out absolutely those equities which are correlated in terms of pattern recognition, et cetera, and even the overlap of crypto into high tech, the high tech environment. We're going to look at the equities, see what we can learn. We learned a lot yesterday. If you didn't see that, we learned a lot. Looking at Bitcoin right now, that daily lower pro line engaged yesterday for a nice hit. You got that right, nice hit. Retesting that level immediately right now. You guys had the heads up on the descending triangulation, 50% hit into in terms of a fractional completion max probability. You got that right. And I'm going to let you all go early. I've got some dev work ongoing with our Switzerland crew. So I'm going to be heading into that meeting right now and hoping all is well. I'm just going to encourage you today to attack the market. Get into it. Take a look at NVIDIA with that layover on Bitcoin. This is a weekly on Bitcoin. You see the reinforcement. Now, the good thing is what? 200 weekly. Yeah, you had this on the radar specifically and exactly in terms of the short, bearish, under 200 weekly. So no surprises there. Let's look at Tesla real quickly. This line needs to be beaten. We're retesting a breakout essentially here. It's not a comfortable level. Let's watch that momentum as we're looking at a lot of red on the screen on momentum in terms of the move to the downside. If you'll just see the red and green labels here, this is a situation where if you're looking at your momentum, you're definitely in the level of consideration that needs to be, guys, respected on Tesla. It just does. We have to say that momentum needs to be respected on Tesla because we see a lot of moves, quite a few moves on Tesla that are real momentum specific and just surprises as you're looking at your volume. You're looking at a lot of different parameters that should come into play that sometimes technically Tesla can be a bit catchy. So we like the correlative. We like we like the specifics as they would lend themselves to just another challenging asset to look at technically as we were to consider, for instance, the challenge that Bitcoin presents. So that's the big king boss in terms of volatility. Tesla's giving Bitcoin a run in terms of volatility this year, right? The unexpected moves. How do we parlay into for maximum advantage the specifics? And that's just a look at Tesla with a little bit of a different. Twist on the some flat level resistance, flat bottom supports, etc. So let me see what we've got in terms of anything in the chats. I can say shout out to everybody in VIP, and let me see what we've got going on. Perfect. I'll just do shout out. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's nice that the room is nice and we are able to focus. Let everybody else wake up later and try and catch a little bit of alpha in the market. Alpha's gone. I'm going to tell you guys, you wake up late, you do this and that, the alpha is gone. The alpha's gone for everybody who wants to catch up later on the stream. Okay. Well, you guys do that. That's that got to get my push-ups in crowd. Yeah, with some exceptions. Somebody is trading internationally or otherwise, I'll give them a break, right? Good talk this morning, good chat. Hope you're all doing well. Looking at a flat bottom support pickup here on Tesla. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourself. Mind the bull flag. You got it, right? Mind the bull flag. Okay? You got it. What is this potential flat bottom with an ascending line of resistance? Tesla's just going to throw you a pattern one direction or another, isn't she? She's going to say, well, this is typically something we're going to say is bullish, right? You have your save feature to the downside. Respect your prior lateral pickups and work on your larger entries, your tighter stop losses, that quick move in the market. 8 to 10 seconds, bam, bam. Hit it, guys, hit it. Learn to do it, learn to respect it. 12 minutes on into New York Open. Hope you guys have a great day. I got to get on with Switzerland. We'll talk to you soon. Take care and bye-bye.